the hard work's done now, so I can't do any more for my physique. All the time to do that is past, so now I just sort of just relax and just go for the ride and just enjoy it now. Bodybuilding. Wow. I started bodybuilding when I was about 16 years old, and it was actually from a police officer in Eltham taught me and gave me advice and wanted to get me into bodybuilding pretty much to keep me out of trouble. And he was a bodybuilder and I was interested in the muscles and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it sort of was an alternative for me to stay out of trouble and mucking around the area and stuff like that. And I was just continually pestering him about advice and training and everything like that. And yeah, he got me into it, gave me my first diet and training and all that sort of stuff, and pretty much just went from there. From there, and then I went to a gym and joined up with Graham Lansfield, and he taught me more about bodybuilding, and then just history from that.
Both legs.
I've always been a goal setter. Like I set, like a couple of years ago, I had a DVD and a book given to me by my myotherapist, which was like all about goal setting and all that sort of stuff. So ever since then, I already have written down on paper that I want to achieve a NABBA world title, I want to achieve a NABBA universe title, and then go on to professional bodybuilding like that. But yeah, I've always had those goals laid out to achieve. Yeah, for sure, because I've stayed out of the spotlight. I haven't had to be the guy that's have all the attention and stuff like that. I'll just stick to what I'm doing. For me, I've always been a hard gainer, so I've had to struggle on the way up, which I don't mind doing. But yeah, those guys, you know, they had a lot of attention when they were up and coming, and you know, I always knew in the back of my mind it was just time for me before my physique showed the hard work, and now it's getting there now. So yeah. Of course, every show that I enter, I go to win. No matter what, in my mind, I'm going there to be the best Jake that I can be, and I want to win the whole show. But in saying that, I've got to give my competitors respect too. I'm competing against Charlie Duca, who's a multiple-time Mr. World champion and all that sort of thing. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. But in my mind, I'm going to go there to win and be number one. But if someone's better on the day, someone's better on the day. Oh, not really. Not really. I think no matter what, we're in bodybuilding, we're in the public eye, there's going to be negative, positive, all sorts of things said. So I think when you're in bodybuilding, you just got to shut all that stuff out and just do your own thing. Because if you sat there on the internet and the forums and listen to what people are saying on who's in shape, who's not in shape, you can't do that. So I just stick to how I've always been, and just, I don't even ask the promoters who I'm competing against anymore. I just go there and do what I can, and that's all I can do. Probably hard training and just going back to the basics and being surrounded by good people that believe in hard work ethics and haven't given in to, you know, some of the shortcuts and things that other guys do, like guys like Sam Ioannidis, Lee Priest, Graham Lansfield, Justin Wessels, all these sorts of guys. They're just like hard-working guys, and they just believe in what bodybuilding should be about. It's all just hard work and diet, and it'll come in time. He's fantastic. Lee's a no BS kind of guy. He tells me as it is, which I like. If I'm looking like crap, if I'm not performing with my diet, he'll tell me straight out. And I think in bodybuilding, you need someone that's not going to inflate your ego. You need someone that's going to tell you, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what we've got to change. Because I think there's too much in bodybuilding. It goes on too many times, or I see too often that people or their friends or whatever are telling them how good they are, how good they look, when they're really not. And I think someone like Lee is awesome like that because he actually does tell you how it is. He's been there, he knows the standards, and it gives me, I'm positive too because I know that he's already been there, he's competed at that sort of level, and yeah, getting advice from someone like him is second to none. Everyone says, oh, bodybuilding is a very selfish sport and all that sort of thing, which it is, because all the work is done sort of by yourself, but you wouldn't be able to actually do it without the support team around you, like family for one. My girlfriend Michelle, like she has to put up with me when I'm getting ready for the shows. My family has to put up with me when I'm getting ready for the shows. Emotional support as well, because do I look good this day? Do I look bad that day? I'm having a good day, I'm having a bad day. So all these things come into play, and then guys like Lee and Graham and Sammy and all those sorts of guys, they're just more positive reinforcement. It's nowhere near as selfish as people think that it is. You need a whole crew and a whole group of people to support you in bodybuilding. As I said before, like I'm right into my goal setting and stuff like that, and I have written down sort of my short-term goals and my long-term goals, so I just sort of take it as it comes. At the moment, I've tried not to set myself goals that are unrealistic, so winning a NAB World Championship and a NAB Universe for me doesn't seem unrealistic. That's something that I can accomplish over time. And then I've got my other goals that are a little bit further away, being a top-ranked professional bodybuilder and the best in Australia and all that sort of stuff, which is something that I think is achievable, but it's going to be, you know, I've got to go through these other steps to get there. Yeah, really well actually. Yeah, it's been great for me because I was a plumber before I got into the Jake's Muscle Factory and all that sort of stuff. So competing as a bodybuilder and doing the plumbing was really, really tough because I was like really long days, 5 a.m. to like 5, 6 o'clock at night. And that was tough because I'd have to bring all my meals, and I did a couple of shows when I was plumbing and being hard work, physical labor, digging trenches, all that sort of stuff all day long. And then on top of that, the dieting and trying to train twice a day before work and after work. That was a lot. So now having the Muscle Factory, it's been awesome because I can just be in my environment there. I've got my weights there, I've got my training. So everything's there. My diet, so I don't miss a day on my diet. I don't miss any weight workouts. And helping people now and giving back a little bit as much as I can has been awesome for me. It means a lot actually. As I was coming up, sponsorships seemed to be something that wasn't really a big issue, like something that, you know, I could have done without. But then I was approached by Optimum, and they put an offer out on the table, and they've really, really supported me ever since. Like I signed a contract with them, and that's just been fantastic. Yeah, all my traveling and stuff overseas, that's all looked after, and all my supplements obviously is all looked after, and pretty much anything that I've needed with my bodybuilding and stuff, I can ask them to help me with, and they're more than willing to help. And to have a company like them to give me sort of more exposure has been awesome, because I was never really one for exposure. I don't really like to be in the face of, like, you know, cameras. Like, I don't really like cameras in my face and all that sort of thing. But, you know, unfortunately bodybuilding is like that. The more exposure you get, the better. And having a sponsorship and being sponsored by a company like Optimum, the exposure's fantastic. So it's going to help my name and help everybody else know, you know, what I'm doing in bodybuilding. Oh, look, main people I have to thank is my parents, you know, because I couldn't do it without my parents. And as I said, the support structure behind me competing. Parents, number one. My girlfriend, she's with me every day. She has to put up with me when I'm getting ready for all these contests and stuff, and go through. Everyone pretty much goes through the same emotions in my house as I do, because they see what I'm going through and everything like that. And I pretty much, no matter if I like it or not, I bring everyone else down to my level, and they try to, you know, to make me as happy as they can. But definitely my family for sure. Without them, I couldn't do it. Lee Priest, all of his advice, and he's getting me in the best condition for all of these shows coming up. Optimum Nutrition, they're doing everything they can for me and helping me wherever they can. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else, Graham Lansfield for running all the shows, being a great promoter, being a good friend. And that's pretty much it.
Please take the cup to Jake Nikolopoulos.